Hi, crafty friends. Okay, guys, it's pool noodle season. I can't even talk at the Dollar Tree. So I know this project is more of like a wintertime project, but I want you to stock up on the pool noodles because a couple years ago I made these faux birch logs and I just love them. I still use them all the time. They're so much fun. So I just kind of measured out how much of the brown paper that I need to go all the way around the pool noodle because we're going to end up making or cutting this into strips. So I just thought, well, let's just, make sure we have enough to go around and to overlap and stuff like that. So I just kind of crunched up all the paper just to give it a little bit more texture. And then once we do that, we will start cutting out the strips. Well, actually tearing out the strips. It wouldn't be tearing out. It would just be tearing. Anyways, you know what I mean. So you can see I have a roll of toilet paper there also, but we'll get to that here in a minute. So I'm using Mod Podge and we are just going to adhere that all the way around. I guess, honestly, you could do it in one fell swoop rather than tearing it into strips, but I kind of liked having those exposed edges all the way around there. So totally up to you if you do try this project. I think you're going to be shocked how stinking cool these turned out because, like I said, still use these all the time. So then I'm going to cut the little holes, or not the little holes, the little circles for the edges just so that you cover up that hole and where you can't see that it's actually a pool noodle. So I just did that. And then same thing, I just crunched up the paper and then we'll just kind of place it in there. So now I'm taking some white paint and I am just, it's kind of a little bit watered down and I'm just kind of going over it. And I'm not worried about getting in all the little nooks and crannies because we do want some of that to kind of come through just to give it, there's lots of textures to this, I should say. So we've got the paper that we crinkled up, we've got the, the strips that we made, and now we're going to start with the paint. So then here comes the toilet paper. So I am going to use the Mod Podge and just kind of dip it in there. And then this is where we're going to kind of make the knots. And you could do as many of these as you want. I was just doing, one little piece at a time, but you could do you could do longer ones. You could even, half those things if you wanted to. So now once that's dry, I'm going to go back with some brown paint and I'm just going to kind of hit those little knots. And again, this is where I just kept layering. So I'm using this little scraper thing with some paint on it just to kind of, give that idea that these are logs. I was looking for something, to make that long line and just kind of kept creating layers upon layers. And it, like I said, this, to me, it's so cool when you can take something that is just really nothing or meant for something completely different and turn it into something totally fun. So I actually am using a little bit of, this is kind of like an iridescent paint. And I thought, ooh, that would be fun. I'm going to add a little bit of water just to kind of go over the top of the whole log. So that way when some of the, it'll blend some of that paint that we put on there, but also it'll give it a little bit of a sheen. I like to put little lights around this as well. So that kind of gives that whole ambiance of the log. So look how cute this is. All right, friends, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. And don't forget to follow for more.